Does stress cause all sickness? No? Absolutely yes. Stress causes all 100% of sickness. So if stress is the only cause of sickness, and I know that, it's not just a belief, I know that for a fact. And what causes stress is what I want to share with you now. Relationships cause stress. There are two kinds of relationships. One, with yourself. When you want to do something and then you are iffy about it, don't want to do it. Maybe I don't want to do this. And therefore there's a conflict. And when you deal with another person, you want to do something for that person, to agree with that person, but you're also iffy about it because that the person doesn't deserve your total agreement. And so such conflict is what causes friction, heat, stress, and that causes negative emotion, and down you go into some kind of sickness. What sickness you will get when you are stressed, I will share in many other videos that is coming. We'll talk about that later. But now it's about how do you manage your stress? And I mentioned in the previous video that you must always make positive conclusions. You got to learn how to pay attention to what communication you are having with yourself, where the first form of stress is formed when you are having a doubt, having a conflict within yourself. It's as simple as you decide to do something. You want to wake up in the morning at 5 a.m. and then you sort of disagree with yourself. You betray yourself. And then for a moment you get up and you say, that's called guilt. That's a negative emotion called guilt, which is tied into a little bit of anger. And so you're on your way down to sickness already. Some kind of negative energy, poison is in your body that will feed the pre-existing sickness you already have. This will feed the pre-existing problem. Could be a headache, could be a backache or something, and it'll grow out of proportion and then take you down. Pre-existing sickness. And what feeds pre-existing sickness is your negative emotion. So you gotta make sure that you are congruent. You decide to do something, make sure you do it so that you don't trip on yourself and fall sick. So in the same way, when you deal with another person, you gotta be clear about making decisions. You cannot do it because you have no choice, right? And so that notion of no choice causes stress, and then there's friction, there is heat, and that becomes poison, negative emotion that feeds the pre-existing problem that you have. Think about that. It's dangerous. So you got to observe yourself to manage your stress, and you will be free from sickness. Observe yourself, manage your decisions, make sure it's congruent, not a iffy, maybe I didn't want to do it kind of thing. Clear, I'm doing it because I want to do it and I love doing it. You got to come to that decision and you will have a reason for good health for the rest of your life. There's more coming. Get wealthy to be healthy. Subscribe to Get High and Rise.